Hello everyone. As I said, 2018 was a golden year for gay movies. Here comes part 2 about 10 gay movies released in 2018 to watch this year. As usual, don't forget to press the subscribe button because there will be so many movie recommendations to come. Let's go to the list of 10 gay movies released in 2018.
Father, I've been having these thoughts.
What kind of thoughts?
Immoral thoughts.
The Breeding is an erotic thriller about a young artist whose obsession with a taboo fetish leads to life-altering consequences. Thomas is an artist who does drawings. He isn't employed or have any kind of day job. He is in talks with an art gallery that might showcase his work or help him to sell it. In the meantime, he lives rent-free in Harlem with his boyfriend who has a good job. Apparently, his boyfriend doesn't do role play, so instead Thomas has to go get it elsewhere. Thomas has affairs with all sorts of men and typically his role play goes into the BDSM territory.
Bon, j'ai rencontré un Parisien. Bon, je suis amoureux, voilà. Il s'en fout de moi, je pense, mais je suis persuadé que je peux lui faire changer d'avis.
In 1993, Arthur, a 20-year-old something studying in Rennes. His life changes when he meets Jacques, a writer who lives in Paris with his young son. All summer long, Arthur and Jacques enjoy and love each other. But Jacques knows that this kind of love needs to live fast. Jacques himself has many things to work out, things more difficult for an older guy with more life experiences and ties of loyalty. This film teaches about loving someone and learning to accept their past.
Tua família sabe de você? Sabe que tu é...
Socrates is a gay teenager in Sao Paulo who becomes homeless when his mother dies. It leaves him desperate to pay the rent, desperate to find a job and desperate to find his way in the world. And the death of his mum creates a situation in which he can't avoid dealing with his bitter, vengeful and homophobic dad, who has the legal right to his mother's ashes. Socrates is quite alone and even a man he hooks up with turns out to be far from reliable. A very sad movie, but it also inspires us.
You're a small town boy, and this is a big city.
How are you gonna survive?
Looking for a job.
This is not a job, this is a vocation.
Jim is an Essex teenager with an interest in art history who arrives in London hoping to make his fortune, but gets roped into a peculiarly refined sort of prostitution. A garrulous group with a specific interest in Caravaggio hook him up with older men who adore Jim's exquisite beauty. One haggard painter of the Bacon vintage even claims him as his muse. Every idea, every scene, every moment lavishly garnished with floridly serious and mannered language.
Camilla, sono 3 anni che non stiamo più insieme e io sono fidanzato. Sono gay.
Magari è temporaneo, voglio dire, succede a tutti, è un periodo.
The Italian Antonio lives in Berlin, and we first see him in a falling in love montage where the camera adopts the adoring perspective of Paolo. Antonio proposes and Paolo says yes, but then the problems kick in as Antonio realizes that he must go back to the town of his youth and seek the approval of his parents, and of course don't know that he's gay. This movie contains many scenes that explain a lot about gay stereotypes. I really like it. Martin returns to Paris to try and repair his relationship with his first love Leia. Realizing that the relationship is past salvaging, Martin and Leia both try to move on with their lives. Martin starts to face up to the fact that he's attracted to men as well as women. As they try to navigate their newfound freedom, the former lovers stay in each other's lives. A movie that I think is very relatable for some people. Sometimes you love who they are based on their personality, not about their gender.
Van het gaan over je werk hebben. Het is ons altijd victim.
Ik weet niet wat je volgende gaan wil zien, maar ik wil dit niet weer nie.
Canary is a movie that is in stark contrast to being yourself no matter what and where you are. Called up for military service, Johann is fortunate to be accepted into the 23-member of the Canaries, where he finds kindred spirits as well as standard-issue bullies and bigots. The divide is rather obviously exemplified by the well-played but sometimes broadly written contrast between the chorus leader, the gentle Reverend Engelbrecht, and the militaristic jargon and possible insanity of the Reverend Koch, who reminds the singing soldiers that a choir is like a battalion. Jose is 19 years old, lives alone with his mother in a dingy apartment, the two of them scratching out a living as best they can. He works a busy intersection directing passing motorists to a cheap eats outlet. When he meets Luis, a construction worker from coastal Isabel, a spark gently ignites that's emotional as well as physical. In one delicate postcoital scene, they examine each other's scars. Luis indicates one resulting from a beating when his brothers caught him with another guy from the village.
So he's moving in? We can't have a kid. We couldn't even handle that Yorkshire Terrier. Thank God for that coyote. Problem solved.
Ideal Home is a story about Erasmus and Paul's comfortable life in an expansive ranch house becomes disrupted by the unexpected arrival of Angel, Erasmus' 10-year-old grandson he didn't know he had. Angel's widowed father Beau, the estranged offspring from an experiment with a woman that Erasmus had many years earlier, has been arrested for drug dealing. So the boy must either stay with his grandfather or enter foster care. A comedy movie that you can watch with your partner, friends or family.
Stable personality.
Maybe I should get some treatment.
Of course, if you feel that
You're joking.
Hi. I didn't know it was fancy dress for it. You look like an angry lizard.
You've got to make an impression, darling.
Film to know more about the late Freddie Mercury. There are a lot of positive values in this film that can be learned. Bohemian Rhapsody is a foot-stomping celebration of Queen, their music and their extraordinary singer Freddie Mercury. Freddie defied stereotypes and shattered convention to become one of the most beloved entertainers on the planet. Having suffered greatly without the collaboration of Queen, Freddie manages to reunite with his bandmates just in time for Live Aid. He leads the band in one of the greatest performances in the history of rock music. And that's the list of 10 gay movies released in 2018. Is there your favorite movie? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to press like and subscribe for the next video. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.